Hey there, Blue Mages, Liam here. Welcome back to Blue Academy. Well, another patch, another set of Moogle Tomestones. This time we are hunting the Tomestones of Tenfold Pageantry. So each patch, basically, since we've started doing these on Blue Mage, they've tried to weaken us further and further and not allow us to really get anything. This time they were mostly successful, but I think that we still have a pretty good farming option. I will say just up front, in general, what I'm going to be doing is just PvP, because I have forgotten to actually do any of that this series, as well as farming the alliance rates for tokens for upgrading stuff later on. But there is a good Blue Mage option here. If you're not doing Blue Mage stuff, well, I don't know why you'd be here in the first place, but the best option is going to be probably P1 normal, and you're going to do that with 1 tank and 7 DPS. That can be pretty quick. That takes about 2.5 minutes for a run. Counting loading times, it's going to be like 3.5 minutes or so. But that also requires nearly best in slot gear, which not everyone has. The Blue Mage stuff, it is going to be faster, but you also do need to be able to actually play Blue Mage. So what we're going to be doing is Castra Meridianum, and this is pretty good. It takes about 6 to 6.5 minutes, even unoptimized, and you get 8 tomestones for it, so you get slightly more than 1 tomestone per minute. So let's take a look at what that run looks like. Alright, so we're going to be watching this at double speed because it's not terribly exciting. It's going to look almost like any other run that we've done. But what we're going to want is 4 DPS Mimicry Blue Mages, 1 with Mighty Guard. We're just going to run forward, and we are going to vibe check the first group, vibe check the second group. And when we get to the boss, everyone is going to Moon Flute. And you're going to have one of the non-Mighty Guard DPS use their full Moon Flute opener, while the others are using anything that's not a 2-minute cooldown. And the person Mighty Guarding is also going to be doing a full Moon Flute opener. And I think I finished with Sting here. Yep. And everyone's going to move forward. They'll start vibe checking the next group and so on. So there is some optimization that can be done with stinging, since it removes or resets cooldowns rather. If you have the non-Mighty Guard DPS who's doing a full Moon Flute also finish with a final sting, then they'll have all their cooldowns up for the second boss, but it doesn't really make a huge difference how you do this. So you can see there was our first vibe check. We just come up. We do another vibe check. And then here, we're going to have everyone Moon Flute and use everything that they have. Now, ideally here, you could have another person final sting and reset, and that's just for ultra vibe cooldowns. But once they're dead, we just run through again. We'll vibe check these 3. There's a large group here. We vibe check them. And depending on how you did the stings, you might have to wait for a vibe check here. We didn't have to wait too long. But now we have a 2-minute cutscene, and this will reset all of our cooldowns. So we'll be going into the last boss here, and we'll just kill her. I mean, we'll all just final sting. I make some mistakes by pulling her not to the middle. If you pull her right to the middle, you can finish your Moon Flutes with final stings and kill her pretty much outright. Here, we didn't do that because of, like I said, positioning. And it gets a little bit weird, but it doesn't really save a ton of time anyway. You can basically just Moon Flute, unload everything you have, wait for waning, then Moon Flute and sting, and she'll die. So here we go, cutscene's finally over. You can see we all just whistle, tingle, do our Moon Flutes. Like I said, we kind of goofed because of I didn't pull her to the middle. We might have even just been able to kill her with our Phantom Flurries there, not even stinging. But we go into this bit. I just do a white wind to heal up because of the AoEs, and then we kill her. So this one was about 6.5 minutes. Not optimized pretty well, but you know, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I did this on a solo run as well, and it took me about 10.5 minutes. So it's still a pretty decent option solo, but it's not a decent option if you don't have all of your spells. Solo, you mostly just need Breath of Magic and some primals, so you still need to be level 80. And if you're doing it as a group, everyone needs to be able to do a proper Moon Flute opener. So Square was a little bit successful in, you know, shutting us down here, but I think this is still going to be our best option. And if you like it, and you know, if you enjoy playing Blue Mage like I do, then it's going to be the most fun anyway. But that's it. Pretty straightforward. Just 4 Blue Mages, Moon Fluting, and blowing up Castrum. If there's any other ideas that folks have, please be free to share them, or feel free to share them. Let me know. We'll see if there's something better out there. The Alliance raids could potentially be better, but the problem is keeping 24 people in a group and having 24 people all be paying attention and doing a good job. So I'm not really counting those too much. Anyway, that's all there is to it. As always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Blue Mage content, and have a good pre-patch Tomestone farm.